In 1829, Colonel James started the East India Company, described Udaipur as the most romantic spot on the continent of India. Fast forward to 2017 and the description still holds true. With the shimmering Lake Pichola, purple ridges of the Aravalli Hills and fantastical palaces, Udaipur is undoubtedly the most royal and romantic city in all of Rajasthan and arguably in all of India. If you haven't been to Udaipur yet, it's safe to say you're missing out on one of India's most beautiful sights. Stunning palaces, havelis, and timeless streets add the human counterpoint to the city's natural charms. Udaipur is well connected by air to all major cities in India, including Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, and Jaipur. I touched down at the Maharaja Pratap Airport, around 20 kilometers from the city centre, after an hour-and-a-half flight to the Venice of the East. For centuries, visitors have marvelled at the royal splendour of Udaipur's majestic palaces and hotels. And one such hotel that truly captures the opulence of Udaipur is the Leela Palace, a jewel on the bank of the majestic Lake Pichola. The hotel exemplifies Rajasthani palace architecture and evokes a grandeur of Udaipur's rich and royal heritage. Embracing the dazzling Lake Pichola, the Leela Palace Udaipur is a luxurious palace hotel nestled in the lively city, paying ode to the traditional architecture of the royal Mewars. And thus began my royal sojourn. On the boat that swept me across the Lake Pichola, I got the feeling that I'm about to experience something special. As the Hotel Leela Palace came to view, I got a sense of the grandeur that was in store at this magical hotel as the expanse of the glory of Udaipur gradually set in. And I felt like complete modern-day royalty, with a traditional welcome as we approached the hotel, or more like a heroine in a Bollywood film. As I set foot inside the hotel, a shower of red and pink rose petals greeted me as soulful Rajasthani vocals serenaded me. And in true royal style, the doors to the hotel opened as I was met by a customary Indian welcome with a tikka on my forehead. And I was in complete awe. Exalting the charm and serenity of this palace, every nook and cranny showcased the elaborate craftsmanship of the local artisans, with a decor that's replete with silverware and many notes of royal heritage. It's no wonder then that the hotel is the recipient of a number of awards, including the TripAdvisor 2017 Traveller's Choice Awards, #1 in the top 25 hotels in India 2016, and ranked #7 among the top 10 best hotels and resorts in Asia by Travel and Leisure USA. The Leela Palace Udaipur has the perfect blend of contemporary decor and traditional architecture. I need a moment to soak it all in as I begin my royal journey, but a hectic schedule awaits, starting with some traditional yoga. I am after all, in the yoga capital of the world. The Yoga and Meditation Center is situated amidst a gloriously colorful, freshly scented guava garden. What better way to start the day than with some healthy stretches and meditation? Gazing up at treetops, hills and trees, with the sound of the calm lake and birds chirping in my ears, this was the ultimate backdrop for my pranayams and asanas. I was escorted, true Maharani style, to Amrit Mahal for a breakfast fit for kings, or should I say, queens. Milk and juice are so yesterday. I was served a grand spread, including fresh fruits, my favorite, eggs Benedict, and pancakes with honey. While the Maharajas would have had the best masseurs at their beck and call, the Leela Palace makes sure you feel like royalty too, in India's only luxury tented spa, Spa. This marvel of the Mewar Kingdom features a wellness center overlooking the lake with its re-energizing menu of aromatherapy massages in a dreamy setting. I indulged in the glorious foot massage and was completely transported to dreamland as the expert masseur worked her nimble fingers, soothing my knotted muscles with the aromatherapy massage. Royalty personified. And for the absolutely authentic experience, I soaked in the royal treatment with a lunch set up at the spa alcove. The surroundings personified serenity and greenery. I was in awe as I took in the dazzling surroundings of the Aravalli Hills and the Lake Pichola as I sipped my detox juice and dug into the mixed leaf salad with green apple and pear, and my favorite, the edible flowers. There was also a scrumptious quinoa salad to boot. Talk about rejuvenating in luxury, Maharani style. All that's left is two bare-chested hunks carrying me in a palanquin to my room. No hunks, but there's one hell of a room awaiting me. Waking up to the sound of the birds and the trees in my very own garden in the Maharaja Suite sounds ideal. I think the Maharani life suits me. I never want to leave. I felt like the Maharani in me was jumping for joy as I made my way into the Maharaja Suite, which has royalty written all over it. Sprawled across 3,585 square feet, the suite exudes charm with its plush interiors and fine art. And get this, I had my own private dining room, living room, study, and massage parlor. The master bedroom has a separate walk-in closet and a larger-than-life bathroom. The best part, its own personalized 24-hour butler service. And there's an outdoor view to match. A plunge pool thrown in and a garden that overlooks the lake and monuments. And you could also opt for the Royal Suite. Over 1800 square feet, decorated with the warm shades of golds and reds, the room features royal artwork and fine Indian carpets. And as the name suggests, the Royal Suite provides an intimate sanctuary complete with a bathtub, jacuzzi, royal-style private kitchenette, spacious dining room, and a personal butler. Nothing spells royalty like afternoon tea. And with the Aravalli Hills and Lake Pichola as the perfect backdrop, I sip my afternoon oolong. Time to spruce up my tea etiquette. I felt like I was sinking into the serene world of a Merchant Ivory film. Afternoon tea at the Suryast alcove is a perfect reminder of the royal past. There's sections devoted to teas with scrumptious finger food to match. The salmon sandwiches, truffle and almond chocolate, and scones with homemade strawberry jam complemented my oolong perfectly. For a city and a hotel steeped in history, it's only fitting that an overview of the hotel's experience and Udaipur be on the cards. To know more about this magical palace, I had Tush Daroga walk me through the history of this Mewar marvel, literally.
So we consider ourselves today to be a modern day version of a palace, and this is to say that if a monarch in today's day and age had to actually build a palace, then this is probably what it would look and feel like. The design of the building is inspired by architectural concepts which are synonymous and prevalent with the Mewar region, whilst providing modern day comforts and amenities. The interiors, the art and the artifacts in the hotel also draw from the same inspiration. So if you actually walk around the hotel, you will get to see tastefully done Pichwai paintings, tikri work, as well as Zardozi work. You'll also get to see some really nicely, intricately done artifacts of the Garuda, of Kamdenu, of the different forms of Krishna, Lord Krishna. We also have a 150-year-old Lord Shiva temple on the premises.
But as the evening falls, it's time to awaken the senses. The desert region of Rajasthan is famous for the colour and vibrancy of its folk forms. The courtyard hosts a wonderful cultural performance for its guests. Watch the colors of the Thar Desert come alive. Each region has its own form of folk dance as the dancers take center stage with their engaging performances, bringing alive each region's dance style. After that royally hectic day, my stomach's longing for some actual Rajasthani food. The Sheesh Mahal at the Leela Palace offers an array of Rajasthani delights. After all, what day in Rajasthan would be complete without it? But I know that one of the prerequisites is a lot of ghee, so I have to watch what I eat. Well, at least I'll try. But I just couldn't. Rajasthani cuisine occupies pride of place on the menu at Sheesh Mahal. Using recipes mastered by the palaces of royal kings, the restaurant took me on a journey of exquisite Indian flavors under a sky full of stars. The minute the signature delicacies like the lal mas, palak mangori sabzi, dal bet churma were served with the traditional Indian breads, there was no holding back. All this while I took in the views of the elegant settings mirroring the serenity of the view outside. With my tummy full, it was time to retire to bed, ready for the adventures that day two held. Yesterday I was in royal mode. Today I'm donning the hat of a tourist. I want to escape to the unmapped corners of Udaipur where bazaars and artists beckon. My ride for the day? A cute little tuk-tuk organized by the Leela Palace. Meandering through the vibrant streets in the cute tuk-tuk was quite an experience. Udaipur is a burst of colour of ancient bazaars and bustling streets. I made my way to Bada Bazaar and indulged in some retail therapy. I was greeted by traditional crafts, vibrant jewellery and a myriad of colours of gorgeous saris and shawls. The local shops sell traditional artifacts like bangles and jewellery that caught my eye. I was mesmerized by the colors and the variety of the intricately made jewels and artifacts and drawn to the gorgeous, colorful textiles. I then made my way to the Jagdish Temple, a must-see in Udaipur. It's one of the famous temples located in the city palace complex, made of the Indo-Aryan style of architecture. The three-storied temple comprises of beautifully carved pillars, decorative ceilings, and lush halls, truly a sight to behold. And finally, to Gangaur Ghat. On the banks of the lake that's generally used by the locals to bathe and wash their clothes, Gangaur Ghat is definitely one of the most scenic and beautiful destinations in Udaipur. Its name was originally taken after the most popular local festival of Udaipur called Gangaur. Located in the heart of the city, by the side of the lake Pichola, it's just a few minutes' drive from any part of the city and is a must-see. All those dizzying sights and sounds have got me ravenous. Time for a live cookout session at the Leela Palace at Rangmanch, and joining to give me a hand, or rather I'm giving a hand, to Chef Surjit, who's the executive chef of the Leela Palace Udaipur. Chef, first up, start off by telling us, what are we making today?
We will be making lal mas, a traditional Rajasthani dish.
Okay, so I believe that it involves a lot of spices. It's a mutton curry, right? So can you tell me a little bit about how it's prepared, and let's get started.
Now it's made with the lamb.
Okay.
But in previous time, in ancient times, they used to make with the wild game bird.
So what's the first step? Let's
The first
get
step
started.
is we take the lamb curry cut, as you see here.
Right.
We add some salt in it.
Okay.
This is the first marination.
Okay.
What we do. The Matania chilies, as you see, we
So
make
it's
a
all
paste
very
out
hot
of it.
and spicy.
It's hot and spicy, yes.
What else do we add? to
Then
this?
we add some seasoning in it.
Okay. So all of the Indian spices.
Indian spicy a little bit, not much.
Just a
And
pinch?
then we add some whisk yogurt.
Okay.
This will help to tenderize the meat.
Yes.
So you're not using any artificial tenderizing.
Okay. This is the marination.
This is the marination. This is the first marination. And if you keep it overnight, that's the best thing. But if you can keep it for an hour or so, that also will work.
What's the next step, Chef?
We just heat up the pan.
Okay.
So a lot of ghee in Rajasthani cuisine. So you add ghee. Then we will use some cloves,
Okay.
the black cardamom,
Okay.
bay leaves,
Okay.
and then we will use some cinnamon.
Okay. If you could also, Chef, while cooking, tell me a little bit about, what are the specialities at the Leela restaurant, the Leela Palace? What kind of restaurants do you have?
We do have two different restaurants. One is dining room and the other one is Sheesh Mahal. The dining room serves you all the cuisine. So it's an international menu which we have.
Okay.
We have Western, we have Asian, we do serve Chinese, we have Indian. Then
Okay.
And then we have the Sheesh Mahal, as it says.
Which is top.
It's a specialized Indian restaurant now.
Right.
And we do some fine dining food here.
Okay.
So we have mix of Rajasthani as well as the other Indian cuisine.
Okay.
After this, we just pop up the
Add some
whole
onions.
spices, add some chopped onion in it.
Okay. That gives it a lot of flavor, right?
That's true, ma'am. And the slow cooking method of this thing will help you out to get more of the flavors. Then we will add some ginger garlic paste in it.
Okay. So how long does it typically take to make lal mas?
So it will take around what the whole
Like
process.
you said, I know the marination takes time.
The whole
yeah.
process from start to end will take approximately 1 hour, 20 minutes.
Okay.
After this,
Okay.
if the meat is marinated for at least an hour,
Yes.
we will add the meat in it.
Okay.
So right now what we are doing is we are just searing the meat off.
Okay.
So let's sear.
Will we not need to cover that?
We just
or-
sear it off first and then we will cover it for some time.
Okay. All right.
So now we will just cover it,
Okay.
let it cook for some time.
Okay. Okay, let's take a sneak peek. And how is the mutton doing? This is pretty much done and ready.
Your mutton is all ready
It has
to go.
such an amazing aroma. I can't wait to dig in. Okay, there we go.
Your traditional lal
Traditional.
mas is ready to go.
Rich, amazing flavors, and yes, you do get the tangy flavor of the chilies as well as all of the spices that have been blended together so well. Thank you so much for taking us through this session.
Hope you have enjoyed the training session.
I thoroughly did. Thank you.
Pleasure.
There's plenty of ways to pass the evening at the Leela Palace Udaipur. While I spruced up my culinary skills and worked my taste buds, there was also time for me to work my muscles. I indulged in a game of bocce with a common ancestry from the ancient games played in the Roman Empire. I think it's best the Romans stick to it. But when I tried my hand at croquet, after a few tries with some skill and precision, I managed to get the ball through the wicket. Another option is hanging by the pool. And who wouldn't want to? Surrounded by loungers, the large outdoor pool is a sight to behold. And in true royal style, the Leela Palace Udaipur indulges you to the core with their pool basket, which includes an iced tea, cold towels, fruit skewers, and a sorbet. Talk about beating the heat in style. And if you fancy some more retail therapy, head over to Amalia Boutique, an ode to the craftsmen of India. It houses signature souvenirs designed exclusively for the store. Take your pick from the unique collection of woven textiles, time-honored jewelry, all inspired by India's rich and diverse cultural heritage. Or like me, you can choose to break a sweat in the fully equipped gym. housing all the machines you need to lose a few pounds, and boy did I need to, with the trainers to boot. The gym was my go-to after all that rich Rajasthani food. Another great feature of the hotel is the sunset cruise. A royal tour of the Lake Pichola and the sights and sounds around it are absolutely enlightening, as the boatman speaks with pride about the Marathas, enlightening me with trivia about its history. And the person who knows the hotel inside out is the general manager of the Leela Palace Udaipur, Mr. Rajesh Nambi. Start off by telling us about the brand Leela.
Over the years, this brand has evolved to be the world's top few brands. And, as far as the brand promise is concerned, we're synonymous to its credo. We believe in creating hotels and experiences based on the hotels where each one of our guests go back with a feeling of being equivalent, being treated equivalent to God. Our way of life, which is Atithi Devo Bhava.
What kind of an experience do you offer your guests?
What we do is we go about trying to create this experience with equal dollops of heritage and royalty mixed in together, and presenting it tailor-made to every guest. All I can tell you is that the guests must visit here, Padharo Mare Desh, as we say. They must come here, experiences for a couple of nights minimum, to know what we offer, and I think it will, as we call it, be a life-changing experience.
What are the must-dos for a guest?
Well, the must-dos definitely starts with my, it's very close to me, the rejuvenating experience in the Espa, right? So it is next level, right? But besides that, we also offer, a lazy cruise, a boat cruise, sunset boat cruise, along with a personal butler who's there to pamper you, and you go around the lakes, looking at the Gangor Ghat, the history of Mewar right in front of you with Jagmandir, and then see the sunset and come back. These are some things which I strongly recommend.
Wish you all the very best, and thank you so much for joining us for this interview. What makes the experience one to definitely cherish is the welcoming and approachable staff who are at my beck and call every second of the blissful holiday. It's been a magical 2 days. Infused with Mewari culture, the Leela Palace Udaipur has left me with colourful and rich memories. Be it the candlelit evenings, the soulful yoga sessions, the richly flavoured food, or the kaleidoscopic streets, the Leela Palace Udaipur truly indulges the royal in you.